Mark Reynolds stood frozen in his backyard, his heart pounding as the splintered remains of his cherished shed lay scattered under the mocking grins of impostors posing as HOA enforcers. These fraudsters, cloaked in fake authority, vanished into the morning mist, leaving chaos in their wake. Rage surged within Mark, but what he did next would stun even the most jaded skeptics. It began on a serene morning, with sunlight painting the suburban neighborhood in golden hues. Mark, a man of quiet determination, stepped onto his dew-kissed lawn, expecting tranquility. Instead, he stumbled into a nightmare. His shed, a labor of love built over countless weekends, was reduced to rubble. Tools that bore the scars of his hard work lay strewn amidst twisted metal and broken wood, a brutal testament to violation. Amid this devastation stood a group of men, their vests emblazoned with fake HOA logos, laughing with cruel arrogance. Their presence was a calculated lie, designed to intimidate through false authority. Mark's shock rooted him to the spot, his pulse racing as the betrayal sank in. This wasn't just property damage, it was an assault on his dignity, a deliberate challenge to his resolve. Yet, beneath the fury, a spark of defiance flickered. This wrong would not go unanswered. Mark's first call was to the real HOA, confirming no complaints or orders justified the destruction. The truth hit hard: these were con artists, driven by motives darker than a simple prank. His hands clenched into fists, the audacity of their deception fueling his resolve. He wouldn't lash out in anger, he'd fight with the law's might. Enter Laura Bennett, a sharp-witted attorney known for dismantling deceit. In her oak-paneled office, Mark laid out his evidence: photos of the wreckage, neighbor testimonies, and proof of the impostors' forged identities. Laura's eyes gleamed as she reviewed the files. "This is ironclad," she declared, her voice a blade cutting through doubt. The lawsuit they crafted wasn't just for compensation, it aimed to expose and destroy the fraudulent operation. As the legal battle loomed, Mark felt a shift from victim to warrior, his fear replaced by steely determination. The courtroom became his arena, each session a clash of truth against lies. The impostors' lawyers played dirty, stalling with endless motions, testing Mark's patience. But he stood firm, his resolve sharpened by each delay. Neighbors began to rally, their initial skepticism giving way to outrage as the truth spread. Whispers of doubt turned to shouts of support, with families volunteering to rebuild Mark's shed, their unity a defiant stand against deception. The trial's turning point came in a dimly lit conference room, where Laura and Mark uncovered financial records linking the fraudsters to a web of illicit gains. Dummy corporations, siphoned funds, and forged documents painted a damning picture. "This is our weapon," Laura said, her voice electric with certainty. The evidence was a spotlight, illuminating the con artists' greed and shattering their facade. In the courtroom's suffocating tension, the final verdict arrived like thunder. The judge, his voice grave, ruled in Mark's favor. The impostors were liable, their assets forfeited to cover substantial damages for both the shed and the emotional toll. The courtroom buzzed with relief, neighbors exchanging triumphant glances. This wasn't just Mark's victory, it was the community's, a resounding blow against those who exploit trust. As Mark stood before his newly rebuilt shed, its reinforced beams gleaming under the morning sun, he felt more than restoration. The structure was a monument to resilience, a symbol of justice won through relentless pursuit. The neighborhood had changed, too, its bonds tightened by shared adversity. The real HOA, shamed by the scandal, overhauled its policies, ensuring transparency and vigilance. Mark's fight had sparked a revolution, inspiring other communities to stand guard against deceit. But the story doesn't end here. Mark's journey raises questions that linger. Were the impostors driven by greed alone, or was their act a twisted prank gone too far? Should the community have spotted the fraud sooner, or was their trust a strength, not a weakness? Mark became a hero, but at what cost to his peace? We want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Was Mark's legal battle the ultimate justice, or should he have handled it differently? What do you think about pranks and deception in communities? Where's the line between harmless fun and harmful betrayal? Your opinion could spark the next big debate, so don't hold back. Subscribe and hit the bell to join the conversation.